Ayanna Pressley accuses Vivek Ramaswamy of verbal assault. Welcome to Ray Dog's Random Thoughts. Ray Sean Blyden here. PoliticalBombShow.com, RayDog.com. Support the channel there. Just click on Support Us or browse through our store and find some awesome merch. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. The Democrats, particularly Ayanna Pressley, she says, I've been verbally assaulted. I find that really rich because they verbally assault Republicans all the time. Sticks and stones, Ayanna. Sticks and stones. Me protest too much. Democratic squad member Ayanna Pressley accuses Vivek Ramaswamy of a verbal assault by claiming she is part of the modern KKK. Ramaswamy doubled down, calling Pressley part of the modern KKK. A member of the Democrat squad has accused Vivek Ramaswamy of a verbal assault by claiming she and an anti-racist author are part of the modern KKK. Vivek Ramaswamy originally compared Ayanna Pressley, an anti-racist activist and author Ibram Kendi, to the modern Grand Wiz and modern KKK during a speech in Iowa on Friday, but he doubled down on the sentiment during an interview on CNN's State of the Union on Sunday morning. Specifically in response to Pressley saying, we don't want any more brown faces that don't want to be brown voices, and Kendi saying, let me stop right there. This just pisses me off when these people talk like this. They try to shame you for being who you are. I can be black and conservative, and doesn't mean that I'm not a brown face, quote and unquote. It's ludicrous. It's stupid. But anyway, we don't want any more brown faces that don't want to be a brown voice, and Kendi saying the remedy to past discrimination is present discrimination. Ramaswamy told CNN host Dana Bash on Sunday the Grand Wizards of the KKK would be proud of what they would hear her say, because there is nothing more racist than saying that your skin color predicts something about the content of your viewpoints or ideas. It's very true. And it does not. It does not, Baldy. The 38-year-old son of Indian immigrants running in the Republican primary for president says race needs to be removed from the decision when it comes to what people are capable of thinking and achieving, which is true. On Friday, when Ramaswamy first compared Pressley's rhetoric to that of the modern KKK, 3 people were also shot and killed after a gunman opened fire at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida. The 21-year-old white shooter described in his manifestos that he intended to kill black people, which he successfully carried out in his mass shooting. Now let's stop right there. And I believe, I'm not sure, I was watching another interaction with Ramaswamy on CNN. I forget the host, but the host tried. He was talking about this manifesto, and Ramaswamy rightfully said, well, you're trying to make this partisan. If we're going to go that route, let's talk about the manifesto of the transformer who shot up the Christian school. That's yet to be released, but this one instantaneously is released. Why is it released? He didn't say this, but I will, because it fits the narrative. White, bad; black, good; trans, good; Christian school, it doesn't matter. We don't need to see it. Nothing to see here. So, yeah, that is definitely a double standard. If I've seen one, I've seen them all, to know that this is a double standard. Because you can release the white man manifesto instantaneously, but when it comes to your protected transformer, transgender, we can't see. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just a couple of Christians, that's all. Anyway, as deeply shameful and offensive and dangerous as his words are, he is not occupying any real estate in my mind, Pressley assured over the weekend in an interview with Al Sharpton. I'm not going to call him Reverend. He's Al Sharpton on MSNBC's Inside Politics. I remain squarely focused on the work of undoing the centuries of harm that. Okay, I'm not going to read her nonsense. When CNN's Bash pushed Ramaswamy on why rhetoric can be compared to actual violent acts and lynching carried out by the KKK, the biotech entrepreneur and self-made millionaire said the two acts put out the same spirit. I think it is the same spirit to say that I can look at you and based on just your skin color, that I know something about the content of your character. It's true. You can't do that. I recall when I went on Toss.0, and I'm not sure if I told this story in public, but I have told friends about this. But a black limo driver picked me up. This is when Obama, I think he was still president. He could have still been president, I think. Let's see. He was, because that was 2009. So yeah, he was the limo driver who was black. I'm only telling you his race because of the interaction. He came to pick me up, and once we're in the car driving to make conversation or small talk, he instantly just assumed that because I'm black, that I'm Democrat and I voted for Obama. And it was clear that he thought that because he was like, I can't remember his exact words. It's been too long, but somewhere along the lines of, "Yeah, brother, we got a black man in there. Yeah, bro, yeah." And I said, without any hesitation, I did not vote for him. I do not align with any of his policies, and I don't like him. And he divides the country. Well, the tone changes. Keep in mind, I am his client, rather, because he's driving me. All the man could do is argue with me the entire way driving to where the studio was, where we recorded the Tosh.0 episode. It was such an awkward situation. I did not mention that to Tosh.0 or Daniel Tosh. I'm not sure why I call it Tosh.0. That's the name of the show. But yeah, I did not tell him of the experience that I went through. I'm sure he would have reported to the company. But I just was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna argue, or I'm not gonna entertain this fool. I'm just gonna let him be ignorant and to think just because I'm black I had to vote that way. But that is exactly what Ramaswamy is saying here. That to say that I can look at someone and based on their skin color that I know something about their content, it's ridiculous. Pretty much, it's ridiculous. Forgot to take my ringtone off. Nonetheless, um, he added he added for Ayanna. Hold on a second, because that ringtone could be considered copyright right because everyone knows that what that song is, and let's just turn all the way down. Turn this all the way down. Okay, what is that? What am I getting from UPS here? I don't remember ordering anything. Whatever. Yeah, so he added here Presley to tell me that because of my skin color, I can't express my views. That is wrong. It is decisive. It is divisive. It is driving hate in this country. This is dividing our country to a breaking point, and he's absolutely right. It's just like I said there. This black man, this black limo driver looked at me and decided that because of my skin color, that my point of views was like his. That's wrong. You cannot assume that because of my skin color that I am a Democrat and I'm a liberal and I vote a certain way. No, I think that that is definitely divisive, as Ramaswamy stated here. Presley told Sharpin over the weekend that the verbal assault lobbied against myself and Dr. Kendi is shameful, it is deeply offensive, and it is dangerous. And what you're doing is not, lady, or baldy, whatever you want to call it. You're pathetic. You're just pathetic. You really are. I'm not going to read any more of this. It's really unfortunate that. I mean, there was one point. You remember the days of why black Trump supporters wouldn't come out publicly because they were getting assaulted, physically assaulted, not just verbally but physically assaulted because you came up as being a Trump supporter. Remember those days? So, yeah, lady, you just don't get it. You just don't. And Ramaswamy is 100% right. Just because you are brown or black or even white, you have the right to your own point of views. You don't have to be stuck thinking one way. Oh, you're black, you got to be Democrat. That it's just like what happened to me when I went to the Million Man March. I don't know if I told this story here or before, but it's been a while since I told the story. But a friend at the time, which I didn't know that he was Muslim because we never talked about religion, he he invited me to the Million Man March, and it sounded like a good idea at the time. I didn't, you know, thinking back on it, I should have did research and saw who was speaking. But even if I did, I didn't really know much about Louis Farrakhan. I did not really. I wasn't into politics then as I am now. So, but that's something to bear in mind. Keep in mind, I was not into politics at the time. So we get to this Million Man March, and sure enough, he started to speak, and instantly, I said, "This man is filled with hate. He hates white people based on what he's saying." I said, "I can't sit here And listen to this. This is poison. This is poison. And so I went to my friend, doesn't need to say his name, ML, and I said, I can't listen to any more of this man. It's just poison. And so unfortunately we worked together in the same place, and he got promoted to being my supervisor. And while him and the other Muslim, well, I'm not sure if he was a Muslim or not, but he certainly read the Quran with ML, would have me doing all the heavy lifting while they just read the Quran. And yeah, it got to me after a while. I'm not proud of it. You don't go around. I essentially pulled a Democrat move on him, and I physically attacked him, and I got fired. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. You can't solve your problems like that. I should have sought out a different way of dealing with that. But nonetheless, I was young. I wasn't as wise as I am now, and I had an anger issue back then, which is something that I'm very happy that's under control, because that was a rough time. And obviously there are reasons for the anger, but I am dealing with it, because even though I'm not that way anymore, all the suppression that's within, it's shaped my way of thinking and the way I deal with things. And anyway, I'm straying off topic here. I'm way off topic. Anyway, let's end it here by saying visit politicalbombshow.com or raydog.com. Click on support us or grab some merch. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with Ramaswamy that you should not be judged by the color of your skin? So someone should not be able to look at you and say, okay, you're black and you should feel this way or think this way, or brown, you should feel and think this way. Let me know what you think. If you do agree, particularly if you disagree, I'd love to know your reasoning behind that. Leave it in the comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Feel good.